speeches to follow. All right, so first I would like to start off by thanking the York Catholic Athletic Association, the administration, Katie Seifert, Rick Luckman, Coach Bankos, and everyone else who contributed to granting me the opportunity of receiving this great honor today. This is really special for a lot of reasons, and some other people have touched on this already, my classmates, but being able to celebrate this alongside 3 other inductees who are friends of mine and we're in the same graduating class, including Kelly Ryan, Sarah Cadwalder, and Ashton Bankos. Congratulations to you 3. You truly deserve it, and congrats to Patrick and Tim as well. So just a few things I want to say today, and first, which is most important to note, is that this recognition is just as much a tribute to me as it is to my teammates and coaches that were influential in my life and career, including Sean Johnston, John Showers, Seth Bray, Corey Stiles, and Garrett Brown, just to name a few. These guys set so many screens for me over the years to get open shots, they still can't stop. On the way in, Garrett Brown actually set a screen on Coach Banko so I could be first in the food line. One of the people at the very top of the list is Coach Senef, who's here today, sitting in the back humbly. Big reason why I'm up here, but Coach was someone who demanded effort and perfection, which I appreciated because we shared similar views on the game, how it should be played, and how a team should operate. I played for and against many coaches in my career, and Coach Senef is second to none. Coach, thank you sincerely for what you did for me throughout my career, and believing me in enough to start me over a senior as a 13-year-old scrawny freshman. I think this was an absolutely genius coaching decision, but that's my biased opinion. But I was lucky to be surrounded by such a great support system. My grandfather, who's here today, is a role model man, served his country, worked his tail off his entire life to provide for his family, never complained, a man of high character and a man of high integrity. My grandmother, who I'm sure many of you know, she has a similar story, more social. She also worked so hard her entire life to provide for her family, including raising 7 children, which is crazy. I've been saying to people for years, and I mean it, my grandmother is truly a living angel. Grandma and Grandpa, thank you, and I love you. My support system also included my brother John Iati, Uncle Tony Iati, so I'm getting emotional now too, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends, teachers, and most importantly was spearheaded by my parents. They knew how important basketball was to me, but they would never allow that to compromise my grades or me being a good person. I could stand up here and make my entire speech about my parents and still wouldn't have enough time to do them justice and give them the thanks and love they deserve. But nevertheless, Mom and Dad, thank you for always keeping me on the right track and sacrificing a lot in your life for the betterment of mine. I can't thank you enough, and Dad, you always tell me the best form of repayment is to pay it forward to my own kids someday, which I hope to do. All right, got through without tears. All right, you're a Catholic, so YC provided me with a platform to grow as a person, given the formative years of my life that were spent here. I'm very appreciative of the character, morals, and values that were instilled in me at YC. I still carry these with me today and try to focus on maintaining that foundation on a daily basis. Also, my best friends in the world are relationships that started here within these walls. Growing up, in my mind, York Catholic was always something bigger than me, in the sense that there was this historical legacy that I dreamed of being a part of. When I was a kid, I grew up watching the team that had Brian Luckman, Joe Stein, Jeff Lau, Dave Robinson, and was coached by the great Mike Kesey. When my time finally came to be a part of this rich tradition that I'm so proud of, I felt like a 5-year-old kid on Christmas. Freshman year, first game of the season, I was named a starter. I'm obviously overwhelmed with excitement. I have a very average first half, but I'm surviving in my first game. I make it all the way close to halftime where we have the ball, and our running what was called 23, which was our offense to stall the ball and hold for one last shot before the half. I hated this one. The ball gets swung to me on the right side of the floor, looking in the student section, with about 15 seconds left in the half, and I see a wide open lane on the baseline. I put my head down and drive to the basket as hard as I can. I beat my defender, but here comes a secondary help defender running at me. So I decide to shoot a running layup from the baseline. Genius. The ball floats out of my hands, bangs off the side of the backboard, and drops out of bounds. Turnover. The gym falls quiet. I look over at Coach Senef, and I actually think I saw smoke fuming out of his ears. And for a moment, there was flames coming out of his eyeballs. Inevitably, the team goes right down the floor with a few seconds left and scores at the buzzer. Coach was obviously not happy. I was definitely scared to walk in the locker room, but had no choice. So we walk in, and Coach looks at me and says, "Jacob, the important thing is you try your best and you have fun." For those of you who know Coach Senef, that's not true. I think it was something a little more rough around the edges, but I'll leave that between us. But even before my freshman year, ingrained in my head was to become a Division I player or my career was a failure. However, I think, contrary to popular belief, I doubted myself more than anyone else ever could have. But because of this, my greatest fear has always been failure, and I became completely consumed and obsessed with the process of becoming a Division I player. I knew I had to earn everything I was going to get, given my height, slim frame, and average at best athleticism. I used to do anything to work out or practice. If I couldn't find an open gym, I remember going to Tri-Hill Court, not too far from here, next to Vito's, and working out at night with a winter coat, snow pants, boots, and gloves on. Times after spraining an ankle, I would sit in the chair doing ball handling drills. A typical summer weekend day was a little different for me than others too. My friends and family can attest to this, but I would wake up and work out from noon to 3 p.m., go home, eat lunch, go work out from 4 to 6, come home, eat dinner, go work out from 7 to 9:30 at night. And I would get up and do this every day for years. But if I could go back in time, I would do this all over again. People always say hard work pays off, but honestly, that's not always the reality of things. Hard work just gives you an opportunity to potentially accomplish something. I'm just fortunate that this particular goal of mine came to fruition. You know, it's funny because when you're a kid, you have the most extravagant dreams for whatever it is you enjoy in life. So for me, that naturally was the NBA. But obviously, as life went on, I quickly realized that this truly was just an unrealistic childhood dream. When I was at Albany my senior year, we won the American East Championship and go to the NCAA tournament and play the Duke Blue Devils in the first round. Right before tip-off, I walk out to midcourt for the captain's meeting. Approaching me from the other side of the court, walks up Steph Curry's younger brother, and Mason Plumlee, both who are still currently playing in the NBA today. Mason Plumlee, who was 7 foot, sticks his hand out, and when I went to shake his hand, his fingers were in the middle of my forearm. I'm thinking, oh man, this can't be good. So the game starts, and shortly after, on the third play of the game, I'm guarding Steph Curry. He throws an alley-oop pass right over my head, and I turn around, and all I can see is the bottom of Mason Plumlee's sneakers as he's hanging from the rim. And you know, there was more times than I can count in the 10 years prior to that where I fully realized and accepted that the NBA would never be in my future. However, I believe that was the first time in my life where I actually said to myself, I'm going to need to find a real job. It's amazing and simple. It's amazing that a simple game can give you so much back in life, depending on how much you give to it. Basketball allowed me to travel, meet a lot of high-quality people, get a college education, led me to my beautiful fiancée, Jess, lifelong friends, and a bag full of memories and experiences to keep with me that will forever put a smile on my face. And that all started from the strong foundation that York Catholic provided me in life. I will be forever grateful for that, and YC will always hold a special place in my heart. Thank you to everyone here today, and I'm truly honored to be inducted. Thank you.